Okay, this one's an advanced one. This is more so geared towards me and JD, but everybody else is free to follow along if you want to. I'm gonna just go a little bit faster than I was with the other one. So C dominant 7th chord. Really love this one. This chord right here, the C dominant 7th chord. That's how you get that. That's how you get that church sound. That's how you get the jazz and blues sound. It really can change up the way which you usually play sounds. Anything that we usually play, you can add that into it, and it'll completely just change the sound, completely take it somewhere else. So, let me do the vocabulary of it. The C dominant 7th chord, this chord is made up of the notes C, E, G, and B flat. It consists of a major triad, C, E, G, with the addition of a minor 7th. So remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's our minor 7. The C7 chord has a strong and dominant sound, and is commonly used as a modulatory chord or to prepare a return to the tonic of the key. So what they mean by that is it can stand on its own, or it can be a passing chord. Remember, we was talking with that last one. That last one got a little bit advanced on Leo, but we was talking about the diminished chord. It really doesn't stand. I mean, you can, once again, everything is a suggestion, but diminished chords don't really stand as root chords. Like, you really rarely ever gonna hear somebody start a song like this. They don't use that. It's usually passing. So what's funny is that in C, there's specific ways you're gonna use the C diminished chord, but I don't do it very often. A lot of times what you'll hear me use is other diminished chords, like what we talked about, that A flat diminished, because it's just something in the middle. Like I said, the example, if I'm going from a house to another house, the diminished chord is the bus that takes me from the other house. I just want to go from here to here, and that diminished can kind of get me there. An advanced version of the diminished is something like this. JD, this is a nice one because I just saw this one another day, and it sounds like mad nice. And I'll go into I'll go into explaining it later. This is when we get into playing in our other keys, right? But if you just memorize what I'm playing right now, that progression we usually play. So we may do something like that. And you know how sometimes we get hit like kind of just like the little. Well, all of those are passing chords. We're coming from here, from the 6. We want to go to the 2. So all of that we be doing, those are all passing chords. So what we could do is we can turn all of those into diminish. And it gives like a crazy sound. So that's diminished. So you said we here to talk about the dominant. We talk about the dominant. The reason why I jump back to that is because the dominant, that's C dominant or C7. So you can some of them call it a C7 chord, some of them call it a C flat 7. I don't know why they don't call it C flat 7 because that's a C7 chord right there. And that kind of gives like a dreamy feel. That goes on later into everything like that. But I just want to specifically talk to you about the dominant. That dominant chord, it can be a whole note and it can be a passing note. So once again, this is advanced for the other people. It may not make sense to the beginners, so don't worry about it. If it don't make any sense, you will understand it later. But like for me and JD, we don't always have to go to another note for a passing note, because the diminish can be a whole or a passing note. Like, let me make it make sense. So I could either play a whole, like say if can't nobody do me like Yahshua, can. I played that wrong. Nobody do me like Yah. Can't nobody do me like Yahshua. He is my friend. Watch how this gets crazy. Okay, I got a little bit more time. Watch how this gets crazy. It could also be your passing note, because I could do that in major, right? And for my beginners, this may look like a little funky. All I'm doing is, this is called an octave. When you play two at the same time, you may not be able to stretch your fingers like that yet, but that's something I like to do. It just makes everything sound fuller. So I'll play those two together, and then I'll just play a regular C chord and just add another C up there, right? But yeah, like I was saying to you, Jay, we could do something like that, and I sometimes do the same thing with my left. Nobody do me like Yahshua. Can't nobody do me like Yah. Can't nobody do me like. You see, I was able to I can either stay on the 1, or I could come to the 3. Why can I go to the 3? Because it's in the chord. So it's the same thing like when we be doing the walk up, when you do that walk up. Now watch this here. We come up. I'm gonna use a diminish. Because really what you're doing is you're just trying to get from the 4 to the 5. Right? You're just trying to get from the 4 to the 5. So this really is a passing chord, even though I play all. Then we come back to that one. Why do I like that chord? Because that specific chord, it's really abrupt to it really kind of can kill your mood if we playing a song in C major. It can be it can really take the mood. It can kill the whole mood if we just jump in the minor and everything like that. And sometimes we don't even have to, but that dominant chord, it kind of stands in the middle. Why? Because this is a minor 7. And that sound that chord, that note right there is enough to kind of make it sound serious. It's enough to make the C major sound serious, to where it kind of gives it changes the whole dynamic of the mood of what you're playing. And then it helps you translate. You can either stay there in the middle, or you could translate into minor, or you can go back to major and everything like that. Because we may be playing the song Chanel may go, and we may go into minor. But she may have started the song in major. So say we play. And then now she's like, now she done went in minor. She's just instead of going, nobody, she may start going, nobody. You don't want to just jump in the minor and start going, because then it sounds like, it's like when you're in the middle of it, it can kind of throw it off. But if I go and I take it, she's a, and I start going in the minor, I start using that transition. It's like it just flows into it so much better. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna split this up. I'm gonna give another example and everything of another way to play that dominant. You're gonna love that dominant.